We have done a disservice to our audience, Adam.
I mean, that's kind of that's our shtick. That's our thing. That's our brand.
We have kept it so tame over the last couple episodes. I don't
Yeah.
know if you have been on what's called the internet, but
Hmm.
the buzz on the internet is that Megadads has been tame and really hasn't gone off the rails as much as we should.
Are you saying we're losing our edge?
We're losing the edge.
Oh my God.
We're
There's one thing.
losing our
If
edge.
there's one thing I've always prided myself on, it's my edge.
Yeah, you are
Ed-
definitely.
Edging is what I do best.
Megadads Live is a mature-rated podcast. It's for the Megadads, the Mega Moms, but not the Mega Kids. So put on those earmuffs and let's go!
I concur. So we really have to step it up for the fans, Adam. For all the listeners at home.
All right, fuck it. Let's go.
Let's go.
So, so you text me about, I don't know, half an hour ago, and you're like, Adam, have you been drinking? Like, because this is little inside baseball. Is normally we will record on a Saturday morning, like 8:00, 9:00, something super early, right? But this is special circumstances. We're recording this later,
Yeah.
but still. I responded with, Antonio, it's only 2:00 in the afternoon.
I was like, oh yeah, you're right. I'd never.
I took about a 15-second pause, and then I said, oh, I'm going to go get myself a drink. Because why not? It's a 3-day weekend. It's Memorial Day. Are we still calling that? Are you still calling it that? Or has Trump changed it?
It's like Trump Day or something.
Yeah, I think it's yeah.
So I'm drinking a Blue Moon extra Belgian white, 20 ounce here. Do you know what makes it extra, Adam? I was wondering. It says extra really big on the can.
Enlighten me. I don't know.
It's more alcoholic.
Oh.
I thought it was like a shot of flavor or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was thinking. I was like, I wonder what's extra about it. It's like extra drunk.
Yeah, usually when you get drinks that like give it a flashy name, it's like it's our healthy version, right? Like Coke Zero. It sounds so cool and futuristic, but it's like this is like the shitty version of Coke. I like that because it's like alcohol, but alcoholier.
I
like that.
You have a big problem, like in big letters. It's like, did you really need to do this to yourself? I'm very excited, Adam, because holidays like Memorial Day, people need it. Like these long weekends, like people truly need to unwind. And any way that you can do that, go ahead, have at it. Barbecuing. Do you usually barbecue on Memorial Day? A lot of people do that.
Yeah, we've got the goods. My wife did a little grocery shopping. All the tools are set up. After this, I'm going to make some good burgers and corn, and we're going to do it up.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah, I don't own a grill right now.
Oh,
so
no.
like I know I had one.
You just hope it gets hot outside and you put it on the sidewalk and wait for it to sizzle?
I left it at our house that we sold like a couple years ago when we moved. I like left it in the garage and I kind of forgot about it. It was a big time, but I think grilling, that smell when like
So
everybody's
good.
grilling outside and you're like, that's so infectious. Then you're like, I should be grilling. You know what I mean?
Yep,
like, when it smells like everybody's just having sex and you're just like, I should
be doing that too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the smell that
and
triggers.
then it's like, why can I smell my neighbors doing that?
Yeah. Exactly. Like, why am I too close to their window? Like, am I peeping too hard?
That's like, why am I in their closet in the first place? This is really a me problem. This is all about me. Well, the thing I like about grilling so much is like, I'm not a good cook. I'm not even going to say the word chef. I almost said chef, and that would have just been embarrassing to chefs everywhere. I'm not a very good cook, although I have been trying to get better throughout the years. But with grilling is like the way to make a meal that's impossible to fuck up, right?
Yeah.
Like
put it on the fire.
You've got like 10 years worth of other food flavor on the grill because if you're like me, you never clean it, right?
Yeah.
Because you need those juices and those flavors to carry over from meal to meal to meal. It adds to it. It absolutely adds to it. So like even if you burn something on the grill, it still somehow tastes good.
Yeah.
It somehow still
exactly
works.
It. Yeah.
I love grilling because I feel accomplished on the other end of it in a way that I don't in the kitchen.
Yeah, I feel
Are you a good cook?
I've grilled, like my dad's a big griller. Like I don't understand how like meat, like you're supposed to cook it like it's got to be red and bloody a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that. I just cook it well all the way through, well done. And like I don't understand like, oh, in order to really eat meat, it's got to still be kind of alive. And I'm like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm like, does blood taste good? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Are you one of these snobs with the meat where it's got to be like red and
I'm not a
rare?
snob. I'm not a snob, but I do like a little bit of juice in it. You know what I mean? Like it sounds to me like you make a burger and it's done if it can go through drywall. Like that to me is like a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So I like a little bit of tender. All right. Well,
we should just make it a cooking show. No, fuck the games. It's a cooking show now.
We're not even close to qualified to do that. Hey everyone, thank you so much for listening or watching this episode of Megadads Live. We need to take a quick moment to thank our members of Megadads Boost. Hey, are you sick and tired of putting your money into something that has diminishing returns like your 401k or your stock market investments or your children's college fund? Well, I have great news for you because you can use your well-earned dollars to pump money into this Megadads organization and help us continue to make more great content for you and for only you. That's right. I'm talking directly to you, dear listener and or viewer. We couldn't do what we do here at Megadads if it wasn't for our great Boost community members. All you have to do to become one of these members is go to patreon.com/Megadads, and for only $1 a month, you can help keep the lights on in this joint and ensure that we continue to make great content well into the future. So let's take a minute now to celebrate those Boost members for the month of June. And those wonderful people are Dave Soto, David Snyder, Justin Masson, the Nintendo Dads Podcast, Timothy Olf, god damn, there's a lot of Nintendo Dads in here, Andy Penzick, the Bafo Yucks Dudes, Luke Porter, Brandon Wilson, the Snack Network, Estuardo Zenteno, Brendan Myers, Brent, John DeFrancesco, Emily Smith, Spokes, Eric Wood, Joseph, and Craig Campbell. And of course, we can't leave out the folks hanging out in our free tier. Let's give a great big shout out to Solara Clark, the Coconut Wizard, Avi Cohen, the One Track Gamers, John Layola, Michael Kwan, Sonny Megatron, Nima, Petey McD, Mike Salvino, and Brian Scott. We want to thank you all, whether you're pledging your hard-earned dollars or just joining us in the free tier. Thank you for being a member of the Megadads Boost community. And all you have to do to join is go to patreon.com/Megadads. That's patreon.com/Megadads. And now back to the show. We're talking about summer, and we are a video game show. So before we get to talking about the games that we're going to play, I wanted to have kind of a memorial for the Summer Games season.
Oh, yeah.
Because Summer Game Fest is this week.
Are they doing it again? I haven't heard a word about it.
Well, that's kind of what I want to talk about is like, what happened to this time of year? This used to be such an exciting time. For like 2 months before June, we would get super excited. All of us nerds would start drawing up our predictions because you had E3. And even when E3 started to crumble a little bit, everybody was like surrounding E3 with their E3 adjacent stuff. Mm-hmm. But E3's dead. E3's gone. And all we have left at this time of year is Summer Game Fest. I'm currently on the Summer Game Fest website. Are you ready to hear what Summer Game Fest is this year?
Yes, absolutely. How many days is it? Is it like a week? 4 days?
June 6th is Summer Game Fest Live. I think that's what they call it. Live from the YouTube theater. Okay. It's sure. Jeff Keighley getting out and slapping his dick around, trying to be the big man in the industry, showing all the cool stuff he has. Also, June 6th is the Day of the Devs. It's kind of like an indie showcase. It's like Summer Game Fest backstage, right? And it's like some of the smaller stuff. June 8th is the Xbox Showcase.
Oh, so they're going to do some. Wow. Okay.
Which is all digital this year. There is no stage show. They're not.
That's fucking depressing.
It's fucking depressing, and it's so bizarre because Microsoft has a goddamn theater. They literally have a venue for this.
They own that shit.
Right
Oh my
there
God.
for this purpose. And no, it's going to be all digital with an Outer Worlds 2 Direct to follow, because Xbox likes to do that where they do like half of Xbox and then they do like a special spotlight. I think they did that with Starfield. They might have done that with another game before, but this year they're doing Outer Worlds 2, which I couldn't give the slightest fuck about. And that's it. That's it. There's no PlayStation showcase. There's no State of Play. There's no Nintendo Direct.
You're telling
Nothing
me
on the
there's
calendar.
no planned Nintendo presence in the Switch 2 launch week. It's like a week away from their launch of Switch 2, their brand new console. Hybrid console.
As of right now, I mean, there very well could be a, hey, tune in tomorrow. You know, Nintendo likes to do that kind of a thing. All of a sudden they have a direct. So it very well could happen. But right now, looking ahead to next week, that's it.
So we had said that we're lamenting E3's death a while ago, but that's old hat. That's old news. Now we're lamenting, period. They're kind of dropping the ball on all this summer shit, like this Summer Game Fest. So one of the issues for this, Adam, might be the fact that great games aren't just waiting to release in the summer or waiting to announce themselves in the summer. Like, it is packed. My backlog is out of control. Like, a quick rundown of just since March, Assassin's Creed Shadows came out March 20th. Like, that is it's been so packed. Armored Core was not too long ago. Monster Hunter, the last one. What was the last one called? I don't even know.
Monster Hunter, More Monsters to Hunt, I think is what it's called.
That was it. Indiana Jones came out April 17th, which actually had some decent reception. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion remaster, which was huge, came out April 22nd. Days Gone remastered April 25th. Forza Horizon 5 came to the PS5 on April 29th. It is packed. We had so many huge ones in May. I'm going to be talking about Doom at some point. Doom The Dark Ages came out May 15th. It is packed out there. So maybe it's the fact that you're sharing the spotlight now across the year. Summer's not special anymore.
It's not. And that's how do you feel about that?
I'm so sad.
I am too. To me, it's like it's like the most overused term to refer to this time of year as Christmas for gamers. Everybody's said that a million times. But when you put it through that lens of what would it be like as a kid if there was no Christmas and you just got shit sprinkled out throughout the year? That's not as exciting.
No,
it's your birthday, it's Christmas. Those are big events. Everybody looks forward to that.
You have sex on your holidays. You have sex on your birthday, and that's
your neighbors do while you're in the closet smelling them.
Exactly.
It's so diffused now, and it's really depressing. We all wondered what would happen when E3 finally died. Would all these other entities still, congregate around that time frame, or would they just do whatever, whenever? And that kind of seems to be what is happening. On top of that, the industry has been going through a lot of residual turmoil after COVID kind of upended everything. I mean, we've seen that PlayStation has been dry. There has been no exciting, pertinent PlayStation information besides Ghost of Yotai in a year. They announced Intergalactic, but we have no idea what that is or when it's coming. As far as stuff that's coming out, it's just so dead.
Okay, here's another thing I just thought of. Maybe when people caught wind that Switch was coming, which they had announced obviously before, there was rumors, and then it's okay, Switch 2 announcement, it's coming out, in the summer. Maybe everybody got out of the way because it's let Nintendo shine. I just thought of it. But yeah, maybe that's it. But this whole spotlight sharing, all that, I'm always going to miss E3. I'm always going to miss the waiting for oh, this is all the mega dump of information and just shoving that dump right back in my face because I love it.
Mm-hmm.
No longer.
It's just gone. It's just, there is no equivalent. Summer Game Fest is an absolute joke. I mean, it always has been. I think.
Let me get your thoughts on Jeff Keighley, because you never talk about it. I'm on the fence because I've never heard you either positively say something or negatively.
Hot take.
I love getting you riled up over
this
Jeff
guy
Keighley.
is just an absolute clown. He really is. He's like watching the reaction streamer. You know, these people that pretend to be overexcited about everything. Jeff Keighley puts these shows together because he loves tap dancing on the grave of E3. He feels like he killed it. He feels like that was his life's journey and duty to kill E3, and he can't help but gloat and tap dance and backflip all over it. And then he comes out and he's got an Elden Ring announcement. He's like, "This is it, guys. This is the moment we've all been waiting for." Like, I can't fucking stand anything about Jeff Keighley. I can't take it.
I like him. I think his enthusiasm is genuine. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be watching anything.
No, he's not genuine. The only thing that's genuine about him is he's in love with himself.
Well, Kojima, that whole not the bias is kind of upsetting, because it's like you have award shows that you're the host of, and you're buddy up to people who are candidates. That's you
right.
Can't do that. Anyway, but I love asking you about that, because you turn red and you finally have a tan.
Yeah, and
that's what I'm talking about. You're my tan brother whenever you talk about Jeff Keighley.
Part of that's the alcohol.
Part of that
you got me a little bit tipsy, and then you asked me about Jeff Keighley, and there's gonna be fireworks.
There is a worry that I have just in general. We have the industry changing. We have all these shitty things happening in gaming, but let's try to be a little positive about it. Mm-hmm. I think that we're gonna die soon, within 40, 50
you
years.
And I.
Yeah, you and I.
Okay.
40, 50 years tops. We won't have to deal with this disappointment anymore. It'll be over.
This is true. And then hell is just a never-ending Summer Game Fest stream.
It's just Jeff Keighley. He's hell brought to you by Jeff Keighley. Oh my God, that's your hell, Adam.
Enter the code hell25 at GameStop.com.
Oh my God.
All right. Anyway, should we talk about a game?
Let's talk about games.
Let's talk about a game.
The place to be for Megadads socials is the Megadads Discord, where you can engage with your favorite Megadads as well as other friends of the Megadads every single day in our stress-free and welcoming social space. When you're a member of our Discord, you will get alerts for all of our content drops, so you never have to miss a review, a podcast, or a hot take. Partake in our fun weekly Megadads holidays like Waluigi Wednesday and Final Fantasy Sunday. Megadads Discord is fun, free, and follows you wherever you go. Join us today and become part of the conversation.
Blades of Fire is an action-adventure game developed by Mercury Steam and published by 505 Games. I've been playing this title called Blades of Fire, which I think, funny enough, was debuted at a Sony State of Play. And it looked kind of cool. It was like a medieval hack and slash kind of thing. You're this big dude who's got lava or fire running up your arms because you're imbued with magical power. And the whole thing was make your own weapons and kill some shit, right? Mm-hmm. And so I got a code for this game from the fine folks at Mercury Steam, and I said, why not? I'm ready to drive my blade into some goblins and orcs, and I want to give this a shot. This is a very AA PS3 era adventure, kind of an arcadey style action game, which is not a bad thing. People might hear me say right off the bat, this is a strong AA game. That is not a bad thing. There's something very charming about a game that just kind of knows what it is, knows what it isn't, harkens back to a simpler time of gaming, and just go out there and have some fun. This game doesn't offer much in the way of story. There's like a little intro cutscene where you're this guy and you're like chopping wood at your cabin, and you hear some people crying for help, and you go out there and you see these people are under attack by these soldiers, and the first thing you do is take out your hammer and crush their skulls in brutal fashion, blood and brain matter and metal spraying everywhere. And this old dude dying, he's like, I am here for your help, guy. I can't remember what the guy's name was because it's not really important.
I love that.
He's like, I'm here for your help, guy. Here's this magical hammer. Only you can save me. And here's my little sidekick boy. Take him with you. So then I'm like, hey, sidekick boy, let's go back to my house with my magic hammer and get ready for our adventure. There's nothing like sexual about it. It's just they magic hammer is literally a magic hammer. It's not like magic hammer. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you need a sidekick if you're gonna go out and kill people?
I'm not sure, because this game immediately kind of conjures feelings of God of War. It's kind of like old medieval, a little bit Norsey. You're this big dude who's got like weathered scars on your forearms, and you've got this younger kid who kind of just follows you around and talks to you the whole time. He doesn't fight anything. He doesn't help in any way.
Does he hand you stuff? Like, does he give you power-ups? Is he the one who cooks the fire up?
Calls me old every once in a while. Like the character will literally just make fun of you for being old. But he knows stuff, right? He's like the magical apprentice.
Okay, he has some knowledge at the very least.
He has some knowledge, but that is it. He is of no help to me, especially.
It looks like a small boy or girl.
He's got some feminine hair. Like
so it's Adso. Adso is, it doesn't even say. Adso is the young Adso de Zelk to accompany Aaron.
He does provide some confusing feelings for me. Adso. So anyway, let me get back to this game because it's really kind of cool. The whole conceit of this title is it's kind of like a Souls, Baby Souls.
Baby Souls.
It's kind of like Stellar Blade, and that there's a little inspiration there, but it's really simple. You can set it down to easy. It's got like scalable difficulty kind of stuff. But you play the game, you run through a level, you fight bad guys, you gain items or what's the thing? Craftable ingredients and shit. Yeah, ingots and metal and leather and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because when you die, you go back to like the spawn point and you can craft new weapons and better weapons to then go through it again, right?
I like it. That sounds cool.
It's a great idea. And what's really cool is when I say that you craft your weapons, the game makes a game out of building your weapons. You take it to the big smith thing, you pour in your molten lava, you decide, do I want a short blade, a long blade, a hammer, a mace? You can get all sorts of really cool weapons based on how many enemies you kill of a certain type. So there'll be enemies that carry like multiple daggers, and if you kill enough of them, you learn how to make their multi-daggers, right? Then you take them back to the smith area, and you can make your daggers or make whatever the hell you want to do. And it does it with like a mini game where you actually have to aim your hammer and hammer out your weapons and try to get like a perfect score based on like this puzzle about how to hammer out the weapon that you're making. It's really kind of cool. And the best part of this game is you get to name your weapons. So I've got a sword that's called like Gordon the Swordin, and I've got a spear that's called Spiky Steve. Like,
did you do Buster? Did you do something cool?
No, they're all stupid names. Okay. It's called like Wade the Blade. Good
on you. Okay.
I've got Big Ham, which is my big hammer. Right. The best part is making these big, huge, cool weapons that this giant hulking barbarian guy carries, and then they've got just like the dumbest fucking names that you could possibly imagine. So that's the coolest part. I love making these weapons. The weapons then degrade over time, which is kind of a bummer. It's got that Zelda thing where like eventually Stabby Steve is gonna break. Then what do? Make
Build
a Stabby
another
Steve
one.
too? Yeah, you make another
Stabby
one, right?
Steve too.
So it's really cool in this arcadey way. The way that it's kind of a bummer is because it's not a AAA experience. It feels at times that it's trying to punch above its weight, right? Like the visual and the story presentation doesn't match up to the games that it feels like. So if you are a big Souls player and you like Elden Ring or whatever, and you go to play this, like it's gonna feel less than the thing that it's paying tribute to. So that can really hurt your experience if you're thinking that this is gonna be that polished. It's not. It kind of feels like God of War, but it is not God of War. But if you go into this game kind of taking it on its own terms, knowing that it's going to be a smaller, more AA experience, you might have a good time with Blades of Fire. It's not a bad game at all. It's kind of like that filler title that you might need at this time of year before the next big hit comes.
There's something like, I've been playing Doom, the Dark Ages, and like there's something to say about like mindless violence.
Yes.
That where you just turn your brain off and like I want to chop some things up that I could really go for like right about now, and it's kind of like that game is like scratching that itch. I wanted to ask a little bit more about the mini game because you didn't play Kingdom Come Deliverance, but in that game they have a very detailed like sword forging mini game where you heat the metal, wait for it to spark, you take it out, you hammer it in time, and you try to like hit it according to your whistling, which is like basically it's saying hit it at this time. We're not going to give you any visual indicator. It just kind of have to feel it, and then you get like confirmation that you're doing it right. But that game is all about like realism, and it takes, I would say, a good honestly 5 minutes to make a sword minimum. Like and I wouldn't call it fun, but it's very immersive. How is this mini game? Is it fun, and how often are you doing it? Like when you sit down and you play for an hour, am I forging 4 weapons? Am I doing this mini game once? Like how often?
The more you play into the adventure, the more weapons you learn how to make. And there's a lot of different kinds of weapons that you can learn how to craft in this game. The mini game is more visual. You will select your weapon at the outset. Like I said, maybe you want to make a broadsword. You will select the different kinds of blades that you have learned. So maybe you want, an extremely long sword. Maybe you want one that's a little shorter, but more
you
durable.
Can make it like ridiculously long?
Yeah, you can earn different hilts, different grips, all sorts of.
That sounds really cool, Adam.
Yeah, and then the different material that those things are made out of. So you can really customize the components really well. And then once you've decided what components you want to use, then it's more of a visual mini game where it'll give you an outline of the blade, like literally an outline of the shape and size of the blade. And you can slide your hammer left and right on this scale. And before you hit the smash button, right, you select how strong you want to hit your hammer, and based on how you do that, it'll create these little sliders that bounce up and down, and you want to match them to the outline of your blade. So you're trying to, it's like a puzzle. You're trying to make sure all these different sliders get as close as possible to the defined outline of the weapon that you're trying to make. So it's really fun. It's honestly, it's kind of like I've got to strike at this point to bring my sliders up on this side and to bring them down on this side. Now I've got to pivot over to the right to try to balance that out, and you're trying to draw like the outline of the shape of the weapon. So it's really fun, and depending on how close you get to that outline, that'll determine the rating of your weapon. And if you get a perfect rating on your weapon, then you can repair it more often when it starts to degrade. So you're really determining how effective that weapon is as you're playing this mini game. It's not just something to pass the time, but you can actually enhance how great this weapon is going to perform for you then out in the field.
Interestingly, like something like this, it has so many good ideas, but two questions about what you're killing. You're killing then it's like fantasy, you're killing like orcs and goblins type shit, or
Yep.
what are you killing? And the second question is there any magic? Because like 9 times out of 10, you have a sword and you're out there killing stuff and it will like set on fire and glow, or there'll be a thing where you start spinning around in a circle like whirlwind, shit like that. So
Yeah.
like how does this game handle like skills?
As far as the enemies go, it is a medieval adventure. You start out fighting knights and soldiers and things like that, and then soon you're fighting goblins. The coolest part that I've got to so far in the game is you end up in this marshland with all sorts of zombies and skeletons coming at you.
Yeah.
And this game is a little bit more fun for me personally when you can just blast through waves and waves of enemies, because the soldiers are outfitted with big tower shields and armor, and you have to hit them in a certain way, and you gotta, like a Souls game, you gotta read their attack and strike at their vulnerabilities, and that's more of a strategic kind of way to fight. But when you get in this swampland and there's just a bunch of stupid ass skeletons that can't defend worth shit, and you're just mowing through them with your giant hammer, that's super cool. The enemy variety is not super great or unique. Like a skeleton is going to be a skeleton is going to be a skeleton. A goblin's going to be a goblin's going to be a goblin. So when you see it, it's kind of like you know what to expect with them. The really the only variety that you have then is, okay, I know this class of enemy is going to react this way, and I kind of have to attack it differently. So it's not the greatest in regards to like the combat variety. I think the fun is in the weapon variety. It's in creating the arsenal that you want and taking that out with you in the field and doing what you want with it. And then as far as skills and magic, there's magic in this world, but as far as I've played in it, you don't ever get to utilize it. So it's like it's a magical world, but you're all about the steel. Like this game is called Blades of Fire for a reason. Like it's hammers and swords and blood and gore. But the kill screens, when you charge up your hammer attack and you come up on somebody unsuspecting and you drive it into their skull, and then all of a sudden there's no head there anymore, and it's like slow-mo and there's just like skull bits.
Nice. Okay,
or
there
when you
we
like
go. That's
charge up your sword attack and you lob somebody's head off or their arm. Really satisfying when you execute that move right.
I'm a big fan of that. Yeah,
it's really cool. It's really cool.
That's
so Blades of Fire. It's a good time AA kind of experience. You might look at it and really be expecting like a Souls or a God of War kind of thing. It doesn't quite reach those heights, but it is a good kind of callback to the PS3 era of action adventure hack and slash games like that.
I commend this game. It's a little interesting though because it's $60. It's not available on Steam, but it's available on PC via Epic Game Store. $60 for what everything you've described is like a AA game, which is fine.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that's kind of rubbing me the wrong way is the $60 price tag. I feel like if something like this was like 40 or under, it may, intrigue me even more based on everything you described, but that's interesting.
This kind of reminds me of like when RoboCop came out. Remember when RoboCop came out and everybody was like, this is a really solid game, but it's so expensive. And then it dropped in price and everybody started playing it. And now it's like on PlayStation Plus. People are gushing about this game like a year and a half later now.
It came out with either updates or DLC that supposedly made it even better. Sometimes we forget about the family friendly. So like my question about that is, can I play, you mentioned like lopping heads off and like the dismemberment. Can I play this with my 5-year-old?
Here's the thing about this kind of a game. And I find this like with the medieval setting in general, like it's all about the violence, right? This game isn't gonna have a lot of swearing because it just
they didn't invent the swear words yet.
They didn't invent the swear word.
We invented those later in the 80s.
There are no titties. This game
we didn't invent those either.
This game is titty free.
Titties were invented in the late 60s, and everyone knows that.
Everybody knows that. But there is a lot of gore and a lot of blood. There's this one enemy that you fight. It's like this giant troll. But this troll's attack is it shits in its own hand and
You're
then
lying.
throws it at you.
You're lying.
I am not lying.
You're lying right now.
It's kind of amazing. No, I'll put it in the footage here. And one of its attacks is it like squeaks out of shit and lobs it at you. Boo, boo, boo. You don't want to get hit by a flying troll shit. Bad news. That's Blades of Fire.
This program is powered by Megadad's Boost, our public support program. You can join at patreon.com/Megadads. For over 10 years, Megadads has been bringing you the best in podcasts, reviews, interviews, family fun, and so much more. As an independent media organization, we rely on audience members like you to help support what we do, to ensure that Megadads can continue to bring you the great content that you enjoy. If you've been watching, listening, or playing along through the years, please consider lending your support by becoming a member of Megadads Boost. Memberships start for as little as $1 a month, and you can start collecting your Boost rewards from day one. Rewards like art cards, early access podcasts, reviews, gameplay clips, and so much more. Please visit patreon.com/Megadads and become a member today. You can help us continue to make more of that Megadads coverage you've loved over the last 10 years well into the future by becoming a member of Megadads Boost.
And that sound means it's the caboose. It's the end of this episode of Megadads Live, where we give you a recommendation of something outside the world of video games that we think you might enjoy. And Antonio, Jesus Christ, I'm so excited. I went to see the final installment of my favorite film franchise of all time. I went to see Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Is that out?
It just came out.
Are you serious?
Memorial weekend. And I highly recommend it.
Is it the best one?
It is not the best one. Here's the thing.
Fallout was the best one, right?
Fallout was absolutely the best one.
That shit was awesome.
That
Everyone knows
shit is amazing. Here's the thing about Mission Impossible. I think they are all... I feel about Mission Impossible the way I feel about Jurassic Park. Even when you have a bad one, you still have a great movie. Even a bad Jurassic Park movie has dinosaurs eating stupid people, right? Like, that's fucking entertaining.
You're right.
Every Mission Impossible movie, even the ones that aren't great, still have Tom Cruise running around with his shirt off half the time. And he's like saving people, jumping off of shit. This movie strictly falls in the middle for me. Out of 8, it's probably like right in the middle. But the way that this movie is so impressive, I love the fact that I can watch a Mission Impossible movie, see Tom Cruise hanging off of a fucking biplane up above the mountains and spinning around, and know he did that. He did that. This is the Jackie Chan thing.
You gotta
right?
give it to him. He fucking did it. I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it on the internet. I saw the behind the scenes.
You know it's real if it's on the internet.
69-year-old Tom Cruise jumping onto a helicopter. Seriously, I saw him. It's
like watching an old Jackie Chan movie, even though they're not that great. You're like, man, he did that, and he got the shit kicked out of him, but he did that. Like, he did all that. And that's what I feel about this movie. It's more impressive than it is good. Not that it's bad. I really had a great time with it.
High highs, low lows.
Yeah. And especially since they're trying to wrap it all up, it gets a little up its own ass trying to connect all the dots or whatever. But when you see Tom Cruise do Tom Cruisey stuff in this movie, you're just kind of like,
you got to give it to him.
It's just so impressive, and it calls to mind the way that movies just aren't made that way anymore, and I love that. I love
practical shit. Yeah, I mean. His Scientology makes him do that. That's crazy.
He's nuts. He's absolutely batshit crazy.
He's powered by self-indulgent grandeur.
Absolutely, absolutely.
My burning question to you is this the last one?
I walked out.
Don't fuck with me, Adam.
No spoilers. No spoilers for this movie. But I walked out of it, and the first thing I said to my wife was that did not feel like the last one. What feels like the last one is all the advertising and all the promotion around it. Yeah, but just taking the movie by itself, I'm like, that does not feel like
they got one more left in them.
They got one more in the tank.
Get him out there at 7 years old.
Shit's gonna be going off like a ski jump in a wheelchair. He's gonna be 85 years old. Woo! Mission Impossible. Good shit.
my recommendation on Disney Plus. I may have said this already. I don't even fucking remember. There is a Lion King at the Hollywood Bowl. Did I talk about this already?
No.
So Lion King. So they do, like, Disney does these like renditions where they bring out the cast to sing the songs of animated movies. They did it for
cool.
Encanto first, I think.
Ooh,
but they did one for The Lion King, and they got all the original people out there, and they have some of the like stage props where if you ever saw The Lion King on Broadway, which I did see, it's fucking awesome. They have like people out there like dressed up like animals on stage. So it's kind of like a mini version of that. And they have the original cast out there singing amazingly, and it's like it brought tears to me and my wife's eyes. The Lion King music is universally like understood to be like amazing, but like it sounds pristine on Disney Plus, and the whole experience was just like really good. Like the production quality is like just through the roof. So if you can watch Lion King at the Hollywood Bowl on Disney Plus, if you like Lion King at all, it's really amazing. Like, you got to check it out. Like, so good.
What is your most underrated, beloved Disney animated film? One that's not one of the
Did they do Brave Little Toaster, or was that Blumhouse?
They did not do Brave Little Toaster, but that movie's
never
fantastic.
mind. And I don't know. I like the Little Mermaid, I guess. I don't know. It's all okay.
That's top
classic
shelf.
Shit's okay. I don't know what's underrated though. I mean,
I gotta say, a movie that I really like that I don't think a lot of people do. I think this one's kind of like not looked at as one of the best ones.
Don't say it.
I really like The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I thought that movie was really, really good.
To me, I feel like it's like oddly sexual. Like when I watch that,
Probably why I like it.
Did you ever watch that? And doesn't it ever feel like kind of like she wants to have sex with him?
Oh yeah, pitch in a tent.
Was that a thing?
Pitch in a tent, nonstop.
Like I think he likes her as a friend, but like she kind of wants to like have sex with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure.
I think that's why I like it so much. Anyway, thanks for joining us for this episode of Megadad's Live, Alcohol Edition. Enjoy your weekend.
Did you say alcohol addiction or alcohol edition?
Or another one. We got another show to record. We'll see you guys next time on Megadad's Live.